Elemental Convergence, Part 1, a short story by Adria KB. Eliza Overton was only 8 years old when the fire that changed her life forever ravaged her family's small cottage in the middle of Tidewater, Virginia. That night, she sat on the cold ground outside, her dark hair tangled with ash and soot, and watched the house burn with eyes too wide for a child. She watched the flames lick the sky, devouring her home in a blaze that seemed to laugh as it swallowed her world. For most of the townspeople, the sight of the house engulfed in flames was a grim end to the whispered rumors that had shadowed the Overton family for years. Her mother was always an enigma to the town folk, a woman who spoke to no one, and was suspected to have bought herbs that weren't just for cooking meals. Behind closed doors, many suspected her of casting secret spells too dark to name, but no one dared to voice those suspicions openly. Not until the night the sky glowed with fire, and the woods rang with the crackling of burning timber. Eliza longed for a comforting pair of hands rested on her shoulders. Strong, worn hands, familiar hands, her father's hands. But it was only a memory now, the comfort of a touch that would never come again. Jack Overton, the town's beloved handyman, had been the other half of the mysterious family, a gentle giant with a knack for fixing things from creaky doors to shattered hearts. He was the only one who ever spoke for the Overton family, shielding them from the town's whispers. With his calm voice and solid presence, he kept the rumors at bay and made sure Eliza had a semblance of normalcy. But after that night, there was no normalcy left. No parents, no home. Only the lingering suspicion that Eliza, with her peculiar hazel eyes and quiet demeanor, was somehow to blame. She did it, some murmured, glancing at her as she stood amidst the wreckage the next morning, clutching the frayed edges of a burnt blanket. A girl like that, she must have inherited something from her mother, some curse, or maybe it was revenge. Others countered with voices dipped in fear. Someone feared her mother's spells, tried to burn her out of here. The town was divided, and so was Eliza's life. Taken in by her father's sister Allison Rand, a strict widow with a sharp tongue and an even sharper gaze, Eliza grew up under a cloud of suspicion. Her days were spent doing chores in the creaky old house by the river's edge, and her nights filled with dreams of freedom and happiness. As she grew up, Eliza became akin to a ghost in Tidewater. The girl everyone watched, but no one spoke to. No one, that is, except for Tyler King, a peculiar child who did not seem to fit in with his 9 older siblings. Tyler and Eliza were an odd pair whose friendship began just a day after Eliza's parents died in the house fire. Curious Tyler, unlike the other townsfolk, asked many questions, and Eliza was unusually inclined to answer. Tyler lived in the biggest home in Tidewater and was the youngest of 10 children, while Eliza resided with her aunt, a childless widow in the smallest home in town. Tyler's mother was a doctor, and his father a traveling businessman, and Tyler, though odd, was a part of the most powerful family in Tidewater. Allison Rand worked at the King family estate and held an expectation of perfection that Eliza always seemed to fall short of. Tyler never judged Eliza and never accused her of any of the horrible things the townspeople accused her of. Their friendship just simply was.